Okay, so my buddy Scoob, who is an ASE certified mechanic, just rocks. Hi guys, Dane here in the Man Cave, Code 4. We were talking the other day, and even though I'm sure most of you guys know this, explained very thoroughly that if you were to draw a line from the center of your front sprocket through the center of the pivot point of your swing arm straight through to the center of your rear axle, this here is the apex of this arc, right? And then so if that chain is tight right there, it will never get any tighter than that. So I want to illustrate this. Rotate, previous. So there is, straight out is the absolute apex of that arc, which is based upon the center of the front sprocket. So if your axle is moving up, there's the edge of that sprocket. It's much less, right? Rotate previous. Sorry. Okay, there's the back to the, let me try to get this in view. I hope this is gonna work. There's back to a straight line-ish. That's the apex. And if it was to move down, right, that's much less of an arc. So what you want to do is, when these are all in a straight line, by and I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to show you the whole thing, by wrapping a ratchet strap around the rear tire and bringing this all into a line, then you know you got your 26 inches, your 13 inches, I'll say is here, whatever. That's where you want to measure your maybe 1.2 inches. I would not go with the full 1.8 at this point, because you are at the maximum tension, if you will, of the chain. Front sprocket, swing arm pivot point, rear axle. I've got this ratchet strapped up. If nothing pops, that's really tight. Run a string from approximate center of sprocket, rear axle. Oops, my bad. I hope my arm's not in the way. So it's going right through the center of the swing arm pivot point. This chain is now at its tightest point. It will not get any tighter than that, right? Because this is going to swing up, it gets less or looser. Or if it swings down, it gets less or looser. It will not get any tighter than that. This is the point where you want your 1.2-ish, maybe 1.2-ish inches of free play or slack. I do not recommend 1.8 at the peak of this arc. And you want to go through the full articulation. Okay, so there's 2 inches. You want the top of the chain tight. I fucked up the other time, so this is better. You want the top of the chain tight or taut. There's 2, and there's about 7/8. So that's 1.2. That's where you want to be. I would not go too much looser than that. You can go a little bit looser, right? 1.3, 1.4-ish. But I don't suggest damn near 2 inches of slack here, because it's going to be too loose when you're flying over a jump. When you're in the air, this is going to go down, right? And then when you bottom out, it's going to go up, and then you're going to have a lot more slack than you probably want. So aim around 1 to 1.2-ish, depending on your chain, 1.3-ish, maybe 1.4, right here at this apex, and you'll be fine. Your chain will never, ever, ever max itself out and put a load on your counter shaft. Bike's on the side stand, or what us old fuckers call the kickstand. Maybe 2 1/8, 2 1/8 maybe, and 7/8. So if you do it like that, that's right there, that's about 1 1/4, right? Okay, so if you go for 1 1/4, everything that I showed you earlier, you'll be okay. Now, Pennsylvania Dual Sport just put out a real good video. I'm gonna tag him up here somewhere, probably over there. PDS just put out a real good video. He did some sprocket work and some chain work, and he showed how he did his chain tensioning. So there's lots of different ideas. If you follow this thought process, you're gonna be okay, and you will never max out your chain. Your chain should look about like that, and you'll be fine.